So how are the people enjoying their status here already?
They're enjoying themselves.
You've been driving them around today?
In fact, the ones I've been taking care of.
Mr. Turk sent for you. You've been with him all day?
No, I picked them up at 1 today. But I had them 3 hours last night, yesterday.
Okay. Where did they go?
I took them around Cyprus.
Said the Nassau, but not
When you're ready to see some of the island, I can show you.
Okay.
He'll tell you about it. That's your casino, right?
Hey, come on, man. The bus is supposed to leave at 6.
Yeah, come on, kid. Well, just put your shoe on and she'll bring the luggage. And then you can finish that. Get your ticket and money and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Talk to him, baby. All right, big smile. Let's be natural. This is a motion picture. I can legs go
By the way, you know the Eagles won today. Thank you. This is our main crew. This is our president of the Michigan chapter. Hello there, brother. Now these guys, when you go down to Detroit, they got 4 of the baddest nightclubs in Detroit.
Okay.
Some of them are not registered.
Say that again, please.
Tomorrow we get them. Before you get off the bus, you give me $100. out there. Hey, hey, Benny Taylor. Give me $100 before you get off of here.
Take over for me for a while. Who is this you always One thing is, no, it's going to be totally confused. They just right here.
Hey, one thing I ain't gonna know none of the others. How's the funeral? Right. I ain't gonna know shit. That wasn't me, nowhere. That wasn't me. How's the funeral? And he read
I got to see them, but they don't want to.
If he leaves, fine, but I don't want to sit on the boat.
Well, time to go. Time to go, everybody. Yes, it is. Yes,
Board member, look at him showing off. Board member, go on.
keep talking.
Oh, the board. What else we got on there? President somewhere, something. I can't read. I got the other stuff.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now in the casino.
Oh, we on? I'm sorry. I should have known. Are you serious?
Look, I had not ever thought of a terrible picture when I was drunk carrying on. I never even thought of it.
I'm heading on back to the bus stop.
If they did, you can't take that glass out of here.
I'm going to try.
Damn.
You want the others as they did
I was
to you?
going to say.
I don't want this glass. Huh?
What girl's that? Y'all out here?
I guess they're ready to go. Didn't they just come this way? The ladies
came in that way, you know.
I'm going to try to get the bus.
Stop out here, and I was going on into the place there. Yeah.
Bus stop. Stop ahead. Stop ahead.
Bus stop ahead. Hotel ahead.
It's got no service.
Hey.
That's okay. Put the camera on turtle.
Now we're gonna be quiet like we.
Let's say, Robert.
Jesus.
How you doing with all these crazy women? One more.
Okay.
Did you ever see Real? Whatever. Did you ever see Real?
I'm gonna invite all of y'all to this.
I'm right here. Church. Robert Church.
Mr. and Mrs.
Mr. and Guest.
Mr. and Guest.
Mr. Robert
T-U-R-K.
Mr. Boone. You got Mr. Moon, you got and Guest? Yeah. Mr. Moon and Guest.
What's Mr. Boone's first name? Wait, Mr. Church.
364.
Country Club? Okay. Mr.
Ken Boone. And Guest. 371 Country Club.
Thank you very much, Ms.
Yeah, that's 22.
Just one look this way. Thank you, there.
Tripped up. And I can't. One of them leave a little shaky. So I leave you all up there.
I mean, they had the whole tail and stuff, you know what I mean? But I ain't even been there to problem. Y'all
Lost 45 pounds. I hope it ain't that big.
Tell them about the game. Yo, tell them about the game and stuff coming up.
Great presentation.
That's the only man I seen get that low and go up on the limb. That's it. Show so I can show people. That's the man that I tell you do the limb or go down about that high from the throat. How you doing, Steve?
Coming up a little later on time. We help the limbo.
Great.
A little later dance. A lot of fun.
I learned quite a bit yesterday from y'all. Because, like, we on the tour with all that 8 Mile Rock, but you took me on a tour I didn't have to pay for.
We're trying to get some more people. The bus driver, please move the bus. Yeah, the Valacious bus.
You know that little boy?
They got some good looking food.
on the beach. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Seagram's for throwing the party. Certainly having a good time. Lunch is on the inside. We have 2 bars already.
Who?
I need you to move the bus. Say 5 seconds out.
I am not going to eat.
Jump up and do something.
Jimmy Harmon gonna be there, Joe Flynn gonna be there. What about where gonna be? The master ceremony, Jeff Jammers, he gonna be there. Yeah, you know where Daddy Grace has a place over there? I used to go over there. Well, my wife.
It's only a picture, everybody. It's only a picture. It's only a picture. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. Don't believe it.
Hey, everybody say hi, Detroit. Say hi. Hi, Detroit.
Hi, Detroit.
How y'all doing in the cold weather?
Tell me, it's 90 degrees down here. Where you at, Will? Where you at, man?
Hey, I mean, you might as well take something back. I mean, you can give somebody else a
Bert Jen, you got anything to say to people in Detroit?
We're going to bring some money to Detroit.
You got anything you want to say to people back in Detroit? So you see us in June?
We will see you in June.
Okay, give your name and title.
When it's on, that means
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, can you imagine that?
Cut it off. It's recording now. The green light's still on.
And they're not even participating.
Okay, Birdwell, you like to say something to the people in Detroit?
I'd like to say, Detroit, we're coming in June.
June?
Going to one.
Okay.
Nice to see you, gentlemen.
20. You got it. 20. Okay.
Okay, JC. Okay, now.
Now.
Hi, Troy.
Say you see us in June? You come to Detroit in June? Why? You're not going to come in June?
No.
Why?
Just won't be able to be there.
Okay. You enjoying yourself?
So far.
Okay, good.
Let's go. We got the boogeyman in the house. Yeah, number one entertainer. West. Oh, yes. My main squeeze. You be taking every Ricky D. And ain't me.
Where you going? When you coming to Detroit?
Next weekend.
Next weekend? All right. When you coming to Detroit?
After this weekend.
Okay.
going?
All right, the national convention on that. All right.
Hey! Yeah!
Okay.
All right, New York, say something to the people in Detroit now.
How the people in Detroit?
Hey, hi, Detroit.
Okay.
Hi to the Motor City.
Right. Hey! Say hi to people in Detroit. Hi, Detroit. You coming in June?
Come on, baby, let's jam.
Okay, we be looking for you.
Hey, say something to the people in Detroit. Say hi, Detroit. Right here. Say hi, Detroit.
Let's party hardy, baby. Come on.
Hey, Karen.
Yes, sir.
Say hi, Detroit.
Relax your man,
When you coming? When you coming to Detroit?
Freeport, Grand Bahama.
Huh?
The Boogeyman. ZNS3 Radio. Come on.
When you coming to Detroit to see us? When you come to Detroit to see us?
And, what am I coming to? Don't even try it.
When you come and see us?
Come up and ride. Ugly.
Okay.
Super DJs, baby. We're going to keep it hot. You can dance wherever you are right now. Come inside and let's get down. Come on. All the sexy guys in Seagram say yeah. All right. All the sexy guys in Seagram say oh. Thank you very much. No time. Come on, y'all. Mr. Woodruff, to the president. Also want to say hi to my complimentary tickets. I want to say hi to Miss Lovely Dora. That's right. Yes, I. All the people on the bar. Yeah, helping out, you know what I mean? They tell me you know the striptease contest all around too, okay? Ladies first. And we don't want nobody bloody clothes on there, though. That's right, ladies come first. Come on, mash it up. Club Korea, baby. Welcome to Freeport, Grand Bahama. Mama's only second sound. Keep dancing, baby. Bringing that sexy thing all the way from the US of A. They tell us from all other countries, England. I know that's all right.
Say hi to everybody back in Detroit. Tell me you wish they had a won. Wait a minute. Say hi, Detroit.
Hi, Detroit.
I wish you had won the trip.
I'm glad I won the trip.
What else you want to say? Tell me, repeat after me. What else you want to say? Tell me how to
I'm having a gorgeous time.
Okay, good.
That's a good one.
Okay, guys, stop it.
Young fella. That ain't fair, he young.
Yeah, he's young.
He ain't got no backbone.
He ain't got no bad knees.
I had too many wars. I went through too many wars. Good, you got that one, huh?
Yeah.
Take pictures of everybody but that picture. When you get to her, I'm gonna put my hand in the mirror. I let him take pictures of everybody else, but I put my hand in the mirror.
Okay, is everybody happy if you do that? If you want to skate or something, you can run a tissue. If you do laugh on stage, that's no problem. Down in the Bahamas, everything is no problem.
I know you want that one. Shot.
We have one more out. Yes, you are. You want to try it again just to make sure? You can do it on one time.
I passed it on that height. I ain't gonna win right now.
Look at the height. I ain't trying them other ones. I can do that.
This is it, guys. If you like the cameras,
I'm all the way down.
Bend down the other way on you.
He just took his hands all the way over there.
Uh-oh.
He done messed up pretty easy.
got me on the side of your feet. Ain't none of them on that boy, hey, he just tried to speak right away. I told you I could do it, but I want to wear out my shoes. We can bring in them monsters event in Detroit. You got it? Turn your back on the camera, man. Is it better in the Bahamas, Will?
Well, I don't know. I just got here.
Sarah. Is it better than Bahama?
Yes, it is.
Say hi, Detroit. your daughter doing? Hey, your daughter. You got to do stuff there at the beach party. Well, you did? Look.
I'm not used to it. You don't know when to stop. You don't know when to stop.
You don't know when to stop.
Hey.
He called me this morning and said, can I have the breakfast thing over?
Just come to this. Just go to the park and get you out of that. What are you at?
Stay right here.
Hey, you can leave it home. He didn't know what he's doing. I got some money back. You happy? Then he goes to Nuaba over there. I got $500 back.
Don't say that today.
Don't worry about it. I'm coming back. I know they can keep it back.
We'll say that today.
So that our guest speaker, Mayor and Honorable Johnny Ford, will be allowed to catch a flight back to the United States. He has a great deal to do with you this morning. This is why we deferred the bruncheon to take place after the speech. I hope you can understand that. There will be condiments on your tables so that you may be able to munch through what the mayor of Tuskegee, Alabama, the chaplain, Mr. William Woodruff, the Eastern Division President of NUABA, the Director General of the World Conference of Mayors, Mr. Monica Knowles, Ms. Bahama, Ms. Diane Pender. Let me begin this program by again just saying to all of you that this is an important occasion. It reflects on the life of NUABA as the World Conference of Mayors. Anheuser-Busch has been a very strong supporter of NUABA from its inception. It goes back to Atlantic City. We too are a strong supporter of the World Conference of Mayors. And not only the World Conference of Mayors, but the National Conference of Mayors as well, which the chairman of the World Conference of Mayors actually served in the same capacity with the National Conference of Mayors. So we are delighted to see the history of both organizations growing and the marriage that is about to take place. As you know, without getting commercial about this, many of you know our affiliation is very strongly committed to all of the Afro-American organizations.
The powerful voice of the minority retail beverage industry. Under the leadership of Joe Finn, the effects of his organization has been felt not only in this nation, but around the globe. I don't know of any organization that has a president that is more totally committed to the goals and the objectives of his organization. He's committed. I want you to join me in giving him a round of applause. Your president, Joe Finn. To the Eastern Division President, Mr. President, and to all the members of your board and all of your associates, let's give the President of the Director of the Eastern Division a round of applause for his marvelous convention. Stand up, that's it. Let's give Oscar a round of applause while he's standing. Stand up, Oscar. Here for the Grand Bahama chapter. Bahamas. Stand up, my dear, and let the world see. Mr. Malachi Knowles, our Director General, the man who is responsible for our international office in Washington, D.C. If you need anything at all from the World Conference of Mayors, or when you're in Washington, D.C., from this day forward, the World Conference of Mayors International Office is also your office. So if you need any help in Washington, any of you, this is your director too. Stand up, Mr. Director General. We will be working with your executive director, and together they will be working on behalf of our Boku. Thank you, Mr. President. On behalf of those mayors we represent all over the United States of America, black and white, and particularly those mayors from way down in the South, I want to say thank you by saying we sure do thank you, Mr. President, for everything.
And the resolution reads,
seriously, let me now very briefly tell you what the World Conference of Mayors is and tell you briefly about the organization you are entering into covenant with today. In 1972, when I was elected mayor of the city of Tuskegee, Alabama, I joined 8 other mayors in Alabama, the first African-American mayors to be elected in that state. At that time, George Wallace was governor of the state, so it was very difficult for African-American mayors to be able to get things done in that state. We could not join the U.S. Conference of Mayors at that time, my dear, because they were only accepting cities with 30,000 in population or more. And so we made up our mind, instead of running around begging and asking people to accept us, listen to the needs of cities headed by African-American mayors. And so we're on board in Baltimore. Harold Washington is back on board in Chicago. I want you to know that in Atlanta, Georgia, I want you to know that Andy Young is on board, but Maynard is gearing up again. I want you to know that Tom Bradley is in Los Angeles, Sidney Bartholomew in New Orleans. I want you to know that Dick Arrington is back on board in Birmingham, Alabama. Big Jim Mercury in Atlantic City. And so, across this nation, I am here to report to you today that the number of black mayors in America may not be what it ought to be, may not be what it's going to be, but thank God it sure ain't what it used to be. That train is moving on across this nation. That train is moving on. But we didn't stop. With this country. In 1982, when I became president of the National Conference of Black Mayors, I realized, Henry, that we must not stop here. We must go beyond the industry. In other words, I'm saying to you, we'll help you make money in the cities of the world. Now, I don't know any other president of any other organization that is willing to come and make that kind of commitment up front. And the reason why I can make this kind of commitment up front is because the board of directors of the World Conference of Mayors has authorized the president of this conference to make the kind of executive covenants which are in the best interest of our conference. I'm a mayor, so I know how the rest of my mayors think. In our national conferences and international conferences, we sit around and we talk about the kind of partnerships we need to link with other organizations and groups. And I want you to know that we have the full support of our Board of Trustees and the Board of Directors of the World Conference of Mayors. This covenant today will enable the two organizations to work together as a team. Lastly, let me just leave this little challenge with all of you, because it's difficult being successful in business. And I just want to leave a few words of praises upon all of you who are here, because you represent the finest that African America has to offer. You represent the finest that the Bahamas. You are the cream of the crop. You are those who have striven, those who have worked and toiled and struggled to make it where you are today. I'm proud of you because you are successful. You've demonstrated that if you work hard and if you remain true to your commitment of excellence, you can build successful businesses. You can take franchises, and you can take restaurants, and you can take a market area and make it successful. You represent the finest have to offer to the world. I want to thank you for what you are doing, for you are employing our people in our cities across the nation and the world, and your contributions you're making to the economy of our cities. The mayors whom I represent today will not be here, but they would want me to say thank you. For business and government must work hand in hand in order to make this a society where all of our people can work together and live together. So that people can get off of welfare and be able to stand up on their own 2 feet and to meet their own responsibility. I don't want my people on welfare. I want my folk to have some money in their pockets, to have jobs, so they can meet their responsibility. I don't want folk in my town and the mayors in the cities that I represent. We don't want our people having to stand around on the street corners of America and the Bahamas, throwing their big black fists up in the air with nothing in their fists, nothing in their heads, and nothing in their pockets. I want them to have some money, jobs, economic development. That's why we enter into this partnership. As mayors, we don't come begging. We come saying, let's join an equal partnership. We can help you make some more money. We can help open up those doors. We can help expand that market. And we're saying to the major corporations, let's work together and make sure that we corner a larger share of the economic pie in the beverage industry. Joe, I want to leave this with you, Mr. President. You told me the other day that you took a walk down by the beach. And while you walked, you had a chance to reflect and to thank God for all of the blessings that He's given to you. I want to also challenge each and every one of you as a minister of the gospel to, yes, enjoy this beautiful island, the ambience and the beauty of the Bahamas, these gracious people who inhabit this island. I want you to renew old friendships and, yes, have a good time while you're here. But I also want to leave another challenge with you. Just take some time and steal away. Maybe walk along the beach, alone. Find yourself a little cold about the seashore. Maybe go up on a hill and just take a few moments to thank God for His goodness, for enabling you to be successful. Just thank Him for the money that you've been able to make, and thank Him for your families, and thank Him for your businesses, and Thank Him for being able to enable you to employ people and to make money and to be successful and to be able to come to the Grand Bahamas and enjoy this food and to enjoy one another. Just thank God Almighty. Thank you. Thank you. So Joe, as you walk along the beach, you probably thought about that poem, Footprints, about a man who had a dream, and his entire life flashed before him, and in the last scene of his life, he saw that the Lord was walking with him along the beach. May have been in the Bahamas, may have been somewhere else around the world. But the Lord was walking with him side by side. And behind them they could see two sets of footprints. One set left by him and the other left by the Lord. But then he noticed, in the most difficult time of his life, out of God, when people were mean to him, when his business was not doing well, when he was not able to sell his product, when he was not able to get the loan at the bank, when he thought his business was going to go bankrupt, when he couldn't pay his bills, when he was not sure whether or not he was going to be able to meet his payroll, when he was not able to get that new franchise, or when he was not able to get that new product or sell more goods and services, when his life and his burdens were heaviest, he noticed, Nuaba members, that there was only one set of footprints. And the man turned to the Lord and he said, Lord, why did you leave me when I needed you? You said that if I would trust in you, that you would walk with me every step of the way. Why, when my burden was heavy, did you leave me? The Lord turned to him and said, my precious, precious child, don't you know that I love you, that I would never leave you? When you see only one set of footprints, it was then that I carried you, my child. And so the Lord has carried you, Nuaba, every step of the way. When the burden gets heavy, the Lord will carry you. When you're trying to get a new franchise and don't know whether or not you'll get it, the Lord will carry you. When you can't make the sales that you expect to make, the Lord will carry you every step of the way. And so go back to New York, go back to Chicago, go back to Atlanta, go back to California, go back to Texas, go back all over the length and breadth of the United States of America, go back throughout the Bahamas, knowing that if you put your faith in God, He will walk with you every step of the way. If you put your faith in God, I declare, the roads will rise to meet you. The winds will be always at your back. The rains will fall softly upon your fields, and the sun will shine warmly upon your face. And until we meet again, God Almighty will continue to hold each of you in the palm of His hand. Keep your faith in God. Let us now sign the covenant.
While you stand or receive either one, presently of approximately 1,100 members in 33 countries, and whereas the World Conference of Mayors was founded in 1984 and is committed to developing relationships among the peoples of the cities of the world to promote trust, tourism, technology, trade, and 20 of cities. And whereas the National United Affiliated Beverage Association, Nuaba, was formed in 1978 to monitor laws and regulations which affect the beverage industry and determine the impact of such laws on the citizens of those communities. And whereas Nuaba strongly supports all economic development projects in cities and provides jobs for its citizens as well. And whereas Nuaba raises funds to provide educational support for our colleges and universities. Be it resolved that the World Conference of Mayors and Nuaba, today, enter into this agreement to work for the mutual accomplishment of its goals and objectives. Be it resolved that Nuaba and the World Conference of Mayors commit its total resources and membership to that end, and be it further resolved that the Nuaba and WCM agree, 1, to establish a formal joint venture relationship whereas Nuaba shall become an associate member of the World Conference of Mayors, and the World Conference of Mayors shall become an associate member of Nuaba. 2, to encourage its member mayors and local beverage retailers to actively support each other wherever and whenever possible. 3, to authorize the WCM Director General and the Nuaba Chief Executive Officer to design additional cooperative programs and supportive relationships. I do now declare, please, and I should like to move the resolution, Mr. Mayor and Mr. Finn. Is there a vote of confidence in the audience? Please sign the resolution.
We're signing them with Budweiser pens.
One sheet.
Okay? All right.
History in the making. A round of applause.
has said that he would give us a Lou Rawls show for the Bahamas when we come back in here. How you like that? It's got to be approved by the board of directors, Mr. Woodruff. Your decision. We've laid the groundwork. I just wanted to tell you some of the things that we're doing for you. And we do need to come back to the Bahamas. We do need it. It's a black country, it's a young country, and it's a sleeping giant. Wake up, sleeping giant. We're coming your way.
Why you won't say nothing about the convention? No?
Mr. Raoul, President of the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce, would you like to make a few comments on the impact of casino gambling on your community as it relates to crime and employment?
Yes, I do believe that the impact so far as crime is concerned has been negligible. Back in 1965, we had a commission of inquiry which looked into the aspect of crime as it related to casino gambling in Grand Bahama, and Freeport in particular. The commission did not find any large-scale involvement. There was a limited involvement of outside crime. However, they did recommend that the government implement some controls. Since then, government has regulated the operation of casinos. There is a gaming board with a chairman, a number of board members who, on a day-to-day basis, oversee the operation of casinos. The entire security arrangement is in the hands of the gaming board, and since then, there has been no allegation of crime involvement whatsoever. So that, as far as I'm aware, there is no unusual involvement of crime in the operation of casinos in the last 15 years or so. As far as the employment is concerned, the casinos, of course, is a big boost to tourism, and we have had a tremendous increase in the number of hotel rooms, particularly on Paradise Island, where the Resorts International operate their casino. And here in Freeport, the Princess Group have been doing a tremendous job in promoting tourism. So there's been a rather substantial growth. Jobs are created through the increase of hotel rooms and the growth in that area. Jobs are created in the administrative situation through the gaming board and also from the hotel operation itself.
It's 95 degrees out.
Hey, sugar. What's up, baby?
I'm out here looking. In the trash. God damn, what you...
I have to put this one in my scrapbook. Hello. Say hello, Will from Detroit. Thank you. You know y'all gonna be movie stars. I ain't even nothing. Just say, all for you, Will. All right. Your name? Ida?
Yes.
You're from?
Philadelphia.
Philly. All right. This is Detroit speaking. Hi, Ida. All right. Have a good day.
You too.
All right. Your name?
My name, Gwen.
I mean, what is your name, dear?
My name is Gwen.
Oh, Gwen. I thought you said Gwen. Sorry about that. My hearing is bad, but I can see good. Oh, yeah. See you, Gwen. My name is Will. I'm from Detroit, and I'm your local TV motion picture producer.
Oh, all right. So I am going to be famous.
Yes, yes. I'll give you I'll talk to you after the camera goes off.
Stop playing games. Come on and let me know. I need to know, baby.
This is our third day of the convention, and as we move along the highway, leaving the hotel in Ellis's limousine service, we will be visiting the market area to pick up some goods for our hospitality suite tomorrow, and do whatever else we can do crazy. We're signing off right now. This is Mmba News. Man. I'm gonna bill these niggas for this shit too, man.
I knew you were gonna make a pay for the
Thank
tape,
you.
but...
This is sponsored by Give Me a Light. A Bud Light. We're having a damn good time. We're gonna have to pay for this shit when we get back.
Limousine with Ellis. Bahama's best cruise ride. We know the temperature here is about 70 degrees, but we just imagine what it'll be in Detroit right now. The time right now is 3:30 in the afternoon, Tuesday, and at this particular time, I imagine it's about 25 degrees in Detroit. We hope when we get back there Friday afternoon or Friday night, we hoping the weather will be in at least the 40s and the 50s. Coming out of this beautiful weather, dealing with these beautiful people and looking at the beautiful fire.
All right, get me now.
Okay. How we doing?
You're doing all right.
All right.
This is Start out at Mitchell Distillery.
Yes, sir. Your name?
Hello. We short here. We can have a limo. A wet t-shirt contest.
Yeah.
And the boy was smiling. He said, boy, what are you smiling about? You missed the ball 3 times. He said, yeah, but I'm a good pitcher. I fanned him.
I want to say good morning to everyone. On behalf of Nuaba and Coca-Cola USA, I welcome you to the Woman of the Year, 1987 Woman of the Year brunch. A long time ago, they had a saying that said, we will now have meditation by Mrs. Lorraine Taylor, who is the special assistant to the president of the Philadelphia chapter in UABA, and also
and Papa now, but God bless the soul that's going home. Get your own, get your own. Well, the rich get more, while the weak ones fade. Empty pockets won't ever make them great. Papa's got his. God's blessing the child that just gets
Mrs. Vivian Lane, Mrs. Ann Grant, and I'm Yvonne Woodruff.
And the Koch family. Mr. Carlos James, would you please stand so people see you? Just this time, I had to do this to you there. Carlos James. The reason why we had this part of our program, in setting up this program for the Bahamas, was because we feel so proud of all our women. And we just have to do something for you each time that we have a convention or something. It's been left out before, and henceforth, we have a Women's Day scheduled for each one of our conferences. I just want you to know that, ladies. Come on, I can't hear it, boy. Thank you. Ms. Jackson, is there anything else you'd like for me to do? You know, there's no men up here on this deal, and they didn't want me to come up here. They was going to give me a mic over here on the side, but we up here.
While being educated at Fisk University in Nashville, Tennessee, earning a bachelor's degree in early childhood education. A thirst for more knowledge drove her back to the University of Miami, and a master's degree in elementary education and administration supervision was the result. Ms. Wilson is presently the principal of Skyway Elementary School in Miami, Florida. She is a devoted mother of 2 daughters and a son, and actively involved in several community organizations, including the Link Incorporated and Carrot Association.
To Mr. Woodruff, President of the Eastern Division, Mr. Finn, National President and Executive Director of the Eastern Division, to Mr. Carlos James, Manager, Conventions and Special Projects of Coca-Cola USA, to those seated on the dais, our lovely, honored local citizens, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. About 12 o'clock midnight, I received a call after arriving, intending to introduce Shirley Chisholm this morning, that Mrs. Chisholm would not be with us. So I was asked to be the speaker. I said, what will I say? They said, say anything you want. I said, I'm asleep now. Call me back in the morning. I'll let you know then. So here I am now. Please bear with me as I share with you my thoughts as they occurred in the final hours of the morning with no prior warning. I am a black woman, tall as a cypress, strong beyond all definition, still defying place and time and circumstance. Assail our people to overcome. All black women, you are very caring. You are loving, dynamic, and always sharing. One for all and all for one. You are the strongest women under the sun. All black women, you give so much. You're in demand. You give so much because you can. You support your children and your man. All black women, my pride is showing. I'm proud to say, and it keeps on growing. And woman after woman stops in their tracks. They can't be as good as a black. They can try, but they can't top. The beautiful black woman just can't be stopped. Oh, black women, you're so very grand. You're the greatest women in the land. Oh, black men, stand as I stand and give black women a great big hand.
Thank you.
She has presented the challenge, the commitment, the power. I thank you.
Mr. Collis James, manager of Black Consumer, that extra effort which went a long way in contributing to the immense success of this affair. In gratitude, I wish to present you with this gift. It is Nuaba's way of saying thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate this gift. Thank you. To talk to Mrs. Wilson. You talked about coming in and filling in. You did one heck, I know the word heck, of a job. Thank you again. In your speech, Mrs. Wilson, you challenged Coca-Cola to bring women to the forefront. When I found out I was coming to the Bahamas, the first person I called was the president of the Caribbean Bottling Company. Her name is the president. We just happen to fly here. Mrs. Monroe flies all over the world. We're very fortunate, and thank you again, Judy, for your support. Accepting your challenge one step further, we then went to the local bottler here, and when you walk through the exhibit hall, you see product. That was handled by another woman, a manager. Ladies and gentlemen, if you direct your attention to the table down front, as I point, we would like to have Mrs. Gator, the manager of the Caribbean Coca-Cola Bottling Company, stand.
Our Say No to Drug Abuse program. The film will be shown on
all the way, the whole table.
Oh, Jesus, we don't need no music. All we need is a clap.
All right, all right, all right.
Yeah, then you start.
All right, now, what we want y'all to do, we want y'all to walk a circle, okay? Like a ring, okay?
Okay, just give us a hot
Okay, I want a circle like a ring, okay?
Come on. Come on, Will. Hey, Will. Yo.
All those who want to be in the ring, let's go, all right? wanted to learn the Bahamian dance, can you come on the front floor, please?
Oh, get your ass, man, you shit. You over here shit all by yourself. Hey, look here. Look here. Look here. Hey, look here. Look here.
Oh, man, I got no one you can do.
Hi, Detroit.
Yes, indeed.
We're going to see this bitch in Detroit when we come there.
Yeah.
Will Holmes.
Best gear y'all, Philadelphia. Will Holmes, ladies first.
No.
Sharon.
We will see you in Detroit 1988.
All right.
I'm going to be right in Detroit in 1988. No way will I be left out of Detroit in 1988. Motown, yeah.
And we love a good party, right?
Detroit. Howdy. No, they don't know who I am.
Just give your name.
Hi, my name is Marion Jones, and I'm originally from Denver, Colorado.
Okay. We all let's come on now. Okay, we all go ahead.
Let's do our final.
I got you. You ready? Green light on. Yes, on. Zoom in, zoom out.
And we're having fun in the Freeport Bahama. Yes, Lord.
Got my Sunday suit on. Had a sharp. Evening gown, one of minute.
And we're enjoying our Bahama Mama. With the hospitality of the hotel.
Under the palm tree.
Under the palm tree.
You got a palm tree?
Yeah.
Palm
You
tree.
get the palm trees?
Got it?
What's the palm tree?
No weed there you're looking at.
Miss Karen.
You take it to eat. You always
I know her. You look lovely this evening.
Thank you.
I want to take a picture of your lovely dress.
Why is it that when everybody shows a picture, why is it when everybody sees a motion picture camera, they stop, they freeze?
Keep on showing me how are you? Motion picture, move around. You don't pose for these. You keep moving. Keep walking and talking. Your brother Harmon?
Yes, sir.
All right?
Yes, sir. In position.
Detroit speaking?
I was working. They got me hooked now. I love it.
Now these are the two young ladies. Ms. Pat Moore in the gold and black is responsible for all your auxiliary membership cards nationwide. And Ms. Karen Corbin is our national secretary. She does all of our work. And she is Mr. James Harmon, who, Jimmy, would you please stand? Our business agent, Mr. James Harmon. If you look at the book that you received, the program book, he's responsible totally for putting that book together. You got to... Thank you, ladies. Two brains.
One guest speaker was just given an extra task, and that is one of the things you know in Grand Bahama is when Oscar speaks, everybody listens. And I was just instructed to tell a joke. And I know Oscar's favorite joke is the one I'm about to tell. It's about two friends walking down the street. One of them had a stammering problem, and the other one was okay. They passed down the first block, and the guy who stammers says, you see that? The guy says, what? He says, that Cadillac with gold interior. The guy said, well, it's gone. He says, I don't know why you won't shut up. You can't talk. So another block, he says, you see that? He said, what? He said, that young little lady with a see-through blouse. He said, where? She gone. He said, look, unless you have something very important to tell me, don't talk again. So a few blocks, he says, you see that? He said, yeah, I see it. He said, well, why you step in it? The lovely island of Barbados, where he received his primary and secondary education, he migrated to the Bahamas in 1956. His education includes General Certificate of Education, both advanced level and ordinary level, City and Guild London Technicians Course, Telecommunications, Bachelor of Laws, University of West Indies, and a Certificate of Legal Education, the Norman Manley Law School, which is in Jamaica. He migrated to the Bahamas as a member of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, where he was a technical assistant to the Force Communications Officer. In fact, he assisted in setting up the first telecommunications system, which the force now has improved greatly and is very much in use. He worked as a station engineer for Decca Navigator Company Limited, and that's part of the Atlantic Underwater Test and Evaluation Project at Andros and Georgetown, Zuma. He was also in the real estate business at one time, and that was in the years 69 to 77, where he was a real estate broker and a renowned businessman in the island of Exuma, Georgetown, Exuma. He attended, of course, the University of the West Indies in his home, Barbados, where he obtained his first degree in law, and went on to Jamaica, where he did the same thing, improved himself. He was called to the Bahamas Bar, Supreme Court, in 1982. Presently, he is resident associate in the firm Maynard and Company. His affiliations are, he is the president of the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce, just repeated the second time, serving the second year. He's a member of the board of directors and first vice president of the Kiwanis Club of Mackay. He's a senator and life member of the JCs, and he's vice president of the Freeport Law Society. He's also a very hard-working and very civic-minded person, and it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you my friend, my co-civic worker, Raul Maynard.
When you have a friend introduce you, he always says good things about you. While we were waiting to get started, I took the opportunity to speak to the gentleman sitting on my left, Mr. Jameson, got to know him. And I mentioned to him that I liked riding bicycles. I'm glad I didn't tell him that I like riding horses. In the course of that conversation, I also was admiring the beautiful audience, in particular the ladies, and I mentioned how I loved American ladies. And Mr. Jameson responded by saying, that's okay, but don't love them the way Gary Hart does. Because he loves them one at a time.
Gary's just going to snatch them.
I'm not, of course, trying to compete with either. I'm sure, however, that there are some little things which probably went wrong. You know, we claim to be better, not best. So there's always little problems, and things do get out of hand sometimes. While I have no knowledge of any particular problem, let me apologize just in case there were any. I want you to know that we had the very best intentions. I also hope that you felt at home during the last week. Now, I tried to tell you a little joke there about my conversation with Mr. Jameson, but I want to tell just a little serious story. There was a man in the garden with his little boy, and a butterfly went by. The little boy said, "Daddy, butterfly." Daddy looked at the boy and he said, "Son, butterfly." The son looked again and he said, "Daddy, flutterby." Daddy said, "No, butterfly." The moral of that story is that nobody has a monopoly on knowledge, and that even the least among you sometimes deserves to be acknowledged. Now, I am delighted that you have invited me, and in fact I'm greatly honored that you have invited me to address your convention. I am even more delighted that you have given me the last word. I say that because I know that there have been some very dynamic speakers in the last few days. It is national. While black men and women are a minority in the large nation of the United States of America, it is not impossible for a nation of black people to exist within the United States. For nation is defined as a community of people with a territory, history, culture, and language in common. It is desirable, in my opinion, that the culture and history of black people in the New World should be preserved. United, brought together in a common cause. This is undoubtedly the greatest feature of your outstanding organization. For everyone who has ever undertaken the task of leading black people knows how difficult it is to bring them together for a common cause. In this case, I believe the cause or the goal is to leverage the spending power vested in business by black consumers, thereby gaining broader opportunities for all segments of the minority community in the USA and perhaps also to promote international trade. Affiliated. This comes from the Latin word affiliare, to adopt as a son. By affiliation, the association is tightly knitted. It is more than a mere coming together of persons. It is something in the nature of a family. The obligations to each other are greatest, and the motivation for the success of the community is optimal. It is an economic entity. Beverage has always played an important role in the socialization of men. The first miracle which Jesus Christ performed was to turn water into wine. When a wedding reception was about to come to a premature end due to an insufficiency of wine, Jesus regarded this as a matter of such significance that he revealed his supernatural powers by turning the water into wine. The sharing of a meal and history of Mr. Groves. During the 15 years since he began transferring a barren into a town of splendid dimensions, he gathered about him men who joined him in risking millions, and others with diverse talents whose zest and cooperation assisted him to achieve his goals. Mr. Groves appreciated the strategic advantage of being located a mere stone throw, so to speak, from the shores of the United States. He dreamed of a large and modern deep water harbor and of an offshore bunkering facility, of shipbuilding and an industrial complex easily accessible to the harbor, of a modern airport capable of handling jet-propelled aircraft, a well-planned residential area, parks and recreational facilities. Freeport of his dream was the ideal place for the skilled workforce which the industrial estate required to reside in, and at the same time tranquil and serene enough for retired persons to make home. I hope that you have had time to see for yourself what has been achieved in 32 years. Much more could have been accomplished, but historical disadvantages, fear, inexperience, growing pains, an overdose of zeal, nationalism, and even chance combined to slow down development. Nevertheless, a great deal is left to be done, and we need all our friends to help us to bring Mr. Groves' dreams to reality, not for Mr. Groves' benefit or even satisfaction, for he's now an old man, but for the benefit of the people of Grand Bahama and the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. The Nuaba of my dream could find Freeport a strategic and important base of operations, a transshipment point serving a global market. The black man in the New World can be proud of his heritage, but we must never allow pride to cloud the fact that our people have suffered humiliation, disillusion, failure, and deficiencies. Our misfortunes have been historically caused. Therefore, they can be historically rectified. Let us make Nuaba a great success story. And I would like to implore each and every one of you, when you go home tomorrow or whenever, that you be ambassadors of trade, ambassadors of goodwill for Grand Bahama. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, it does not matter whether the little creature is called a butterfly or a flutterby, or whether the butterfly simply flutters by. Whether you, like Christopher Columbus, set out on a journey to the east by going west, or whether you choose to ignore reality and speak of a new world. What is important is that you focus upon your goal and strive for success. There is a Bahamian saying which Blind Blake made famous in song. He said, "Never mind the noise in the market, just keep your eyes on the price of the fish." And I thank you. The Chamber of Commerce, I would like to present to you, Mr. Joseph Finn, a certificate of appreciation. This is to show how much we appreciate your bringing your convention here this year. And we'll have another certificate for you next year.
Now we're heading back into cold weather, but we like it anyway.
Yeah, well,
we still love Detroit.
I'll stay around and give you a weather report from
so
the Bahamas.
So you stay here and you do that?
Yeah, for the next 5 days. Will Holmes, your local MMBA reporter.
If I get back there and things froze up, I'll call you out here and let you know not to come.
All right, I hear you. As the Detroit contingent leaves, they came in a limousine and they leave out in a station wagon. What's the limousine worth to you? That means they had hard luck at the casino. They came in a limousine and they leave it in the truck. Hey, y'all say bye. Bye. See you back in Detroit. In a couple of weeks, I'll see you. Hey, you made it, huh? Yeah. Did you kiss him goodbye? All right. Sir. So roll out the window.
Roll down the window. Roll down the window.
Yes, I'm moving out.
Where you going, sir?
Going to the Motor City.
Motor City?
Back home.
Well, a whole lot of people like to come. Motor City.
Motor City, okay.
We'll be back, though.
Be back.
We'll be back.
Okay, and there'll be no smoking or drinking beyond the gate. Pick up small boarding passes available for inspection of the gate.
That ain't nothing.
Brandon.
We'll be watching you up in Michigan in the cold.
Turn around. Aren't we bad? No, not here, honey.
Gary, this thing is not working.
So wait a minute. I gotta fix it. Okay, honey.
Will and John, y'all glad to be going home? Yeah. Uh-huh. We loaded too. They killed him at the table. Did you? John killed him at the casino. He did? That's good.
He didn't want them to get.